I'm not alone. This Reddit story is about a woman who had a terrifying experience inside her own home. We'll call her Marianne Moran. Lived a quiet life even though she lived by herself. She never felt unsafe. But then strange things started happening around her house. Things she couldn't explain at first. It was little stuff. Her groceries didn't last long. As usual, Marianne thought maybe she was eating more than she realized, or she was just forgetful. But then it kept happening. Eventually, Moran was certain food was disappearing from her fridge. But it wasn't just the food. Extra dishes started showing up in the dishwasher dishes. Marianne swore she never used, however, before she could solve the mystery of the dirty dishes. Something else happened. Wet towels started appearing in her laundry hamper. Even on the days she didn't shower by now, Moran was officially creeped out. She lived alone, so none of this made sense. But the final straw, the thing that made her truly scared, was the noise Marianne started hearing. Thumping sounds coming from the attic. Was it the wind? Was it an animal? Were boxes shifting around? Moran was terrified, but she also knew she couldn't just ignore it. If someone was in her attic, she needed to. No, one day she grabbed a flashlight, braced herself for the worst, and entered the attic. As soon as Moran stepped into the attic, she knew what was going on. Someone was living in her attic. She found a small radio hot plate, sleeping bag, pillow, and a lot of food wrappers. But whoever it was, they weren't there at the time. Moran called the police immediately. She told them everything about the missing food, the extra dishes, the wet towels, and now the person living in the attic. The police took her seriously. They figured the intruder wasn't using the front door and was probably climbing in and out through the attic window. They decided to stake out the house, waiting for the person to come back. It didn't take long. The same day, they spotted a man climbing a tree trying to get into the attic window. The cops grabbed them before he could escape. When the police questioned him, the man admitted everything. Apparently, this was his daily routine. He would wait for her to go to work, then go downstairs and help himself to food and amenities. When Moran got home, he would either retreat to the attic or slip out of the house. It was a perfect routine until he got caught. The mystery was solved, but the story wasn't over yet. After seeing the man in person, Marianne felt a wave of compassion. The guy was actually really respectful, just down on his luck instead of pressing charges. Moran decided to help. She let him move in, helped him get a job, and he lived in the attic until he got back on his feet. Most people wouldn't do what Moran did, but her kindness turned a creepy story into something heartwarming.